grain, and you need land to grow grain. And Sicily became, in the Roman period, one of the most important corn chambers of Rome. And the Sicilian cities had to give for 800 years 10% of their grain harvest free of charge to Rome. That was the tax. So Sicily was exploited by the Romans, and that created the fact that the trees were cut, water shortages. If you do not have any more trees, the rainwater is not kept, and the result is a water shortage. And water shortages are a problem which we have still today. I remember 10 years ago there was a winter without rain, and in the summer they gave us only every second day for 2 hours water in summer. Imagine, you want to have a shower, you want to use the toilet, and you have only every second day 2 hours water running from the water tap. And for this reason we say bad Romans, bad boys, because they created. And 1 million Christians and Jews, and 5,000 or 6,000 managed to conquer Sicily. It's a bit strange, isn't it? How is it possible? It is possible because the different Arab leaders, they were fighting each other, and some sided with the Normans, and that is the reason why the Normans could take over. After the Norman conquest, Sicily was governed by Roger, by Count Roger I, who did not have the title king, he was just a count. And when he died, the next Norman ruler was Roger II, and you have seen Roger's royal palace in Palermo, if you remember. Roger II managed to be crowned king in 1130. You know what he did? He just arrested the Pope and he said, okay, if you want to be liberated, now I would like to be king, more or less, to cut a long story short. But that is a little bit how we were descendants of pirates, the Normans. Anyway, now he became king in 1130, and this Roger II was very intelligent, extremely intelligent, because he had to govern a very, very large kingdom, and he had only a few persons. What would you have done if you would have been Roger? He had to govern a multicultural, multi-ethnic, multilingual, multi-religious society. And there was only one way how he could do it. He invented what we call the policy of tolerance. And he told his subjects there is only one God. And if you want to call him Allah, like the Muslims, you are free to do so. If you want to call him Yahweh, like the Jews, you can do that as well. And if you want to call him God, like the Christians, you can do that as well. I don't care how you call him. It is always the same God. And the different religions are nothing else than different ways. Don't worry, Pino has the whole situation under control. So he said it's always the same God. The different religions are nothing else than different ways to worship one and the same God. And according to this policy, in the 12th century, in Sicily developed a certain architecture and art which we call Arab Norman architecture. That means the Arabs, which were the majority of the population, especially in the western part of Sicily, they built everything, even palaces and Christian churches. The Cathedral of Monreale, which we are going to visit now, was built 100% by Arab Muslims, and it contains decoration elements which you will find in Arab mosques, you know. That is special. And because of this Arab Norman architecture, Sicily will be included Palermo and surroundings will be included next year in the famous UNESCO list with the cultural heritage of mankind, because this is an architecture and art which you find only here. That is something very, very special. And what we are visiting, what we will visit now, is not a cathedral which was commissioned by Roger II, the first Norman king. What we are going to visit is a cathedral which was commissioned by his grandson, William II. We are going to see the last Norman cathedral which was built in Sicily end of the 12th century by Arabs always. The last one and the largest one. And it was not only decorated by Arabs, by Muslims, but also by Byzantine artists which were brought over from what is now Istanbul. And you will see now the largest cycle of Byzantine mosaics in the world. It's spectacular. And but now first we have to do a small walk of less than 10 minutes. We have to go up